Hi there everyone, welcome back. Today I will be discussing the differences between the Vampire Diaries books and TV show. So I just recently read both of these books at the end of 2017, and this series includes books 1 and 2, The Awakening and the Struggle, and books 3 and 4, The Fury and Dark Reunion. And these are all written by L.J. Smith. So I thought it would be a very fun idea to basically share with y'all all of the differences between these books and the TV show. If you did not watch my December wrap-up earlier a couple of videos ago, I actually talked about how much I didn't like these books, and I consider myself a fan of the TV show. I love the TV show, but I love the spin-off TV show, the originals, way more, and I was very disappointed by these books. Before I get into any of this discussion, I would just like to say there are spoilers ahead. Anything that I say right now is going to be spoilers for the entire TV series as well as these 4 books. But to be honest, I don't see the point in y'all going out and reading these books, so if y'all have watched the TV show and just want to know for fun, hey, what is the difference between these 2 different formats of story, I would encourage that. I would not encourage going to read these books. So if you are curious as to what the differences between the TV show and book are, please stay tuned for that. So yes, I did not enjoy these books, mainly because of the main character, Elena. I have to say that she is probably one of the most annoying main characters that I have ever read from the perspective of. She is probably one of the most self-centered people I have ever read about in my entire life. Literally, when she walks into school, every single person on campus is supposed to be looking at her and watching her and wait in front of school for her. And I'm like, that doesn't happen in real life. A bunch of things just were not realistic whatsoever. Yes, it is a fantasy, fictional story, but the human aspect of this story, these things would not happen in high school. I'm sorry, they wouldn't. I went to high school, I would know. Every single person would not be waiting in front of the school waiting for the most popular girl in school. That doesn't happen. And also the writing style was just way too juvenile for me. I don't know, it kind of felt like the author was just like dumbing everything down because teenagers read this book. I know teenagers. I am a teenager. I understand upper scale language plenty, and it's just a very dumb book. Very dumb. Very dumb. I'm sorry. But enough of my ranting of me not enjoying these books. I would love to get into the differences between the book and TV show. So first of all, I'm just going to be going by major characters at first and the differences between them because some of them I just find bizarre. First of all, let's start with Elena. In the books, she's blonde. I can never picture her being blonde. She is very, very, very self-centered, as I already said, and thinks the whole world revolves around her. I don't like that quality in a person, so I did not enjoy reading from that perspective. And throughout the story, she just randomly says, oh, I'm not hungry. I don't want to eat anything. I don't know, maybe L.J. Smith was trying to hint that she has an eating disorder. She literally would not eat anything at any time, and I was like, what is wrong? She just randomly said, I'm not hungry. Yeah, I didn't eat dinner last night, and I didn't eat breakfast this morning just because I didn't feel like it. No. It's not okay. So overall, I didn't really enjoy Elena's character. Next, we have Bonnie, and in the book, her name is not Bonnie Bennett. I will get to Bennett later. I don't even remember her last name, but it's not Bonnie Bennett, and she's actually a white, short, red-headed female with curly hair. I'm sorry, that's not Bonnie. I'm sorry, that's not Bonnie. That's not Bonnie. And you know how in the TV show, like, all of her powers come from her ancestors? I don't think we get the full heritage background of like who all of Bonnie's ancestors are from in the TV show, but in the book she said she's from the Druids. That's interesting, I guess. And she also has an older sister named Mary who's a nurse. Her family is all intact. There's no Grams, which was quite disheartening. I love my Grams. I love Bonnie. Bonnie is like probably my favorite character in the entire TV show, so Okay, next we have Caroline, and in the book, she has auburn hair. In the beginning of the TV show, Caroline's kind of labeled as the bitch and the not so nice girl, but then she further develops into herself after she becomes a vampire and everything like that. Oh, by the way, she doesn't become a vampire. And Caroline is like a side character in this book. She's not a main character. She's not part of the 3 girlfriends or whatever. There's another entire character a part of that, which I will get to later, but she's not even involved in this book at all besides being labeled as the bitch. She's just the bitch. And next is Meredith. So if you have watched the TV show, Meredith comes, I believe, season 2 or the end of season 1. I don't really remember, but Meredith is the doctor for Mystic Falls at some point, and she begins a relationship with Alaric and all this stuff. But in the books, Meredith is actually the 3rd friend in the friend group between Bonnie and Elena. So it's not Caroline, Bonnie, and Elena, it's Meredith, Bonnie, and Elena. I started reading this book and I was like, wait, what? Who is Meredith? Meredith was a side character in the TV show and now she's a main character in the book. So I was very confused at the beginning, thinking maybe they switched Caroline and Meredith's names, but Meredith is just a character in the book that got completely not put in the TV show. The only thing that's similar between these two is they both start a relationship with Alaric. And in the books, Alaric is a teacher, so Meredith and Alaric have a student-teacher relationship, which I don't really approve of, so it's... Okay, next we have to talk about Damon and Stefan, and in the books, they are not from Mystic Falls. They are from ancient Rome, and when they come to this town, it is actually their first time coming to the town, ever. And Damon never really gets with Elena, ever. They don't end up together. She ends up with Stefan almost the entire time, and at the beginning of this book, Stefan is full on trying hard not to be with Elena and to basically avoid her, whereas in the TV show, he came to the town just for her, so that was different. And next, I just want to talk about some literal, like, random crap in this book that I thought was weird, and there are major differences. By the way, there's no Jeremy in these books. Just about killed me. I love Jeremy so much in the TV show that when I realized there's no Jeremy in these books, I just about cried. I was so upset. Instead of there being a Jeremy, there is a 4-year-old sister named Margaret. We touch base a little bit with her in the novel, and she's there occasionally. I mean, her life even gets threatened at one point by a cat. The cat was actually Catherine, but I will get to that later. Oh, and Aunt Jenna, it's not Aunt Jenna, her name is Aunt Judith, and she is actually engaged to a man, and they have some weird relationship going on through the entire book. Oh, and by the way, we never learn what happened to Elena's parents in this book. At the beginning, it just says that they die. That's it. They didn't tell us how or why, just that they're dead. Tyler Lockwood's name is not Tyler Lockwood, it's Tyler Smallwood. Yeah, that's real. And there is a Catherine in this book who appears in ancient Rome and does have a feud between Stefan and Damon, but Catherine is labeled as more innocent than Elena and is like the perfect being and has never done anything wrong. But then you learn later on in the book that she becomes evil after Stefan and Damon become vampires. There is a random girl. Her name is Vicky Bennett, not Vicky Donovan. She's not Matt's sister. She's just a random girl named Vicky Bennett. Oh, and another thing I thought was weird was Bonnie had a crush on Alaric. And then also in the books, Bonnie kissed Damon. That's weird. That's weird. I cannot picture Bonnie kissing Damon in the TV show. This town is not called Mystic Falls. It is called Fells Church. Fells Church. How is that a town name? How is that a town name? Klaus does appear in this book. I think he is an original actor, or the original exactly, but you don't learn anything about his siblings at all, so that was disappointing because I love the originals. But Klaus was the one that actually turned Catherine, and in the books, the first 3 books, there is this dark power chasing everyone and ruining the town and everything, and we later learn on it was Catherine disguised as this magical evil being. She actually ends up dying like right after we meet her because Elena kills her, and then Elena dies literally right after Catherine does because Elena throws her into sunlight. And then Elena gets thrown into sunlight. So both of them die right after we meet Catherine for the first time. And then in the last book, there is another dark magical being causing a ruckus after Elena dies, and the whole gang has to figure out what the heck is going on. It turns out it was Klaus, and Klaus ends up dying because Ghost Elena comes back with a bunch of ghost soldiers and ends up killing Klaus. That was really weird to read about. After Klaus dies, Elena's in her ghost form saying goodbye to everyone, and Stefan just gets so upset after she leaves in her ghost form that he just screams her name at the top of his lungs, and she comes back to life. And that's literally how the last book ends. She just comes back to life. Oh, hey, someone screamed my name, so I'm alive now. That's stupid. No! How is that logically possible, even on a magical aspect? He's a vampire. How can he do that? He can't do that. He can't do that. I closed the book and I was like, how would that even be possible? That can't be possible even in a fictional setting. So yeah, I did not like the ending of this book. Well, the series. Throughout the whole entire book, all of the girls are just whiny babies. Whiny babies. I didn't enjoy reading about that. Also, in the first book, Tyler tries to rape Elena. Yeah, Tyler doesn't get a redemption. He's just a bad guy the entire way through. He becomes a bad werewolf, and like Klaus tricks him to work for him, and he can also talk in his werewolf form, like talk to people in his werewolf form. This book was also very insta-lovey, the insta-lovey that I don't enjoy. There are certain times where I will be okay with insta-love and actually be quite in love with it myself. This, unfortunately, was not one of those times. Basically, Elena and Stefan have this, I don't know, he tries to avoid her, but then he can't avoid her, and so they're together. So it's very Twilight-y, even though, yes, I know these books were made before Twilight, but still, it has like that common, oh, I'm a vampire, I can't be with you kind of thing at the beginning, but then they actually end up being together, and then, like, 3 months after knowing each other, he, like, proposes to her. And he didn't even say I love you yet, either. You kind of have to say I love you before you propose to someone, dude. Sorry. They don't talk, like, at all. He just, like, shrinks into the corner and disappears all the time. And, like, they don't even talk. And, like, the 4th time them hanging out, she tells him that she loves him. Y'all haven't even talked. Get to know each other, guys. And also, something I think is so annoying in books is these phrases where people put the O in front of someone's name, like OH, like, oh, Stefan, I love you so. Oh, Elena, I missed you so. No, that's like a cringy thing to me. You don't put the letters OH in front of someone's name because no one says that. And also, something I thought was really weird, with enough human blood, vampires can turn into animals. Damon turned into a crow and a dog/wolf. And then Catherine turned into a kitten that tried to kill Elena's sister. And then she also turned into this leopard or cheetah. I'm not sure. It was a cat of some sort. Also really weird things that I did not like happened. Like, Stefan goes missing in like the first book, and like Elena and her friends go searching for him, and Elena is just like, oh, I see rope in the garage, let me grab it. Just to grab rope, and then she finds him in a well, and she goes, oh, good thing I had my rope with me. someone just does not go, hey, I'm gonna bring this rope with me just cause. Oh my god, turns out I actually needed it. No. In the books, also, anyone can invite a vampire into the house, not the owner of the house, so everyone was just inviting random vampires into this house, even when they didn't live there. Also, vampires can't cross running water. Apparently, the stronger of a vampire you are, you cannot cross a body of water, whereas Stefan was really weak because he wasn't drinking human blood, so he could cross the bridge because he was basically a weakling. But like Damon and Catherine had to go under the tunnels of the bridge to be able to get into Fell's church. I thought that was really weird. I don't know why that's necessary. Elena also does become a vampire in these books, but she does not become a vampire because Rebecca runs her off the road. It is actually Catherine in her dark evil form, and she's not with Matt, so she just drives off the bridge by herself, and yeah, she dies. My concluding statement is this: I ended up giving the first 3 books in the series a 2 out of 5 stars, and I gave the last one a 2.5 out of 5 stars, and the only reason why I gave it a half star higher was because Elena was dead, and she was not the narrator of this book. I was gonna put it as 3 stars, but then it made it half star worse when Elena came back from the dead in that not logical way of Stefan just screaming her name into the wind. So yeah, I didn't really enjoy these books. Those are some random differences between the book and TV show of the Vampire Diaries, and if you could not tell, I like the TV show way more than these books. I'm just glad to get them done and over with, and said that I have read these books and tell people not to read them because just go watch the TV show because it is so much better. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Let me know down below if y'all have any more fun facts you have about the TV show or book. I would love to hear them, or if you have another TV show to book adaptation differences thing that y'all would like me to talk about. I think it would be very, very interesting for me to discuss with y'all. So anyways, sorry for making this video kind of like a rant video. Sorry, but I needed to get these feelings off my chest because I did not like these books, and I don't think people should read them. I'm sorry. But go watch the TV show. The TV show is awesome. Anyways, thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see y'all soon with a new video. Bye.